Today, I'm talking with Dr. Patricia Roberson, Assistant Professor of Nursing, who studies marriage and family relationships and how they're linked to health outcomes. Hello, Dr. Roberson.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, Dr. Roberson, as many of us have transitioned to working in close quarters with our families and roommates because of social distancing, how can we keep our relationships happy and healthy?
Yes, many of us are experiencing a new normal where we're with our spouse or roommates 24/7 and keeping these relationships from imploding. There are a few things that we can do. So, one thing, try to establish boundaries, not just physical boundaries. Boundaries can look like working in separate rooms, then coming together to talk at lunch or dinner. Boundaries can also be around entertainment, what you watch. Maybe you have a show you watch and then you watch a show together as a couple. Boundaries can also be around conversations. Maybe there's certain topics you save for the evenings and other topics you have during working hours. Whatever the boundaries are that you need as a couple so that you can maintain closeness and your individuality should be established through conversation and not just enacting them and getting frustrated because your partner doesn't fall in line. All couples also have a unique pattern of interaction, often called the dance. Sometimes, especially when we're stressed, this pattern can become very negative, and we use communication tools that are damaging to our relationships, like contempt, criticism, defensiveness, and stonewalling. As we are living under this intense stress, it's important to become aware of your pattern of interactions, take responsibility for your part in any negativity, and work together to communicate effectively. Remember, taking a walk alone outside while maintaining social distancing, of course, is a great way to gain perspective and try and stay calm. Also, remember to be gracious. We're all very stressed right now. So try to assume your partner or roommate has good intentions and not bad ones. This can help reduce the tension in your relationship, but also reduce your individual stress as well.
How can we support our kids with what they need during this time?
Kids, especially young ones, can be very confused right now. Why can't I see my friends? Why can't I go to school? There are a number of things you can do to help your kids adjust to this temporary new norm. First, make a schedule. Especially school-age children are very used to a consistent daily schedule. Make a schedule in collaboration with your children that includes work times, maybe even specific subject areas, creative times, meal times, and free time. In our house, we've tried to make a homeschool schedule special by including some things maybe they can't do at school, like after lunch, 30 minutes of TV time, and a special afternoon project with mom or dad. Kids miss their friends, don't we all? Technology is a fantastic tool for this. You can use video chat. You can use video chat for them to talk to their friends, have them write cards to their friends maybe. Also, kids are creative. So see if they can come up with fun ways to interact with their friends. Maybe they make a music video to send to friends or come up with competitions like the best way to throw a paper ball into a trash can. Also, rules are rules. Try hard to maintain family rules. If we're doing this a while, you don't want your household to become the wild, wild west. But there is a balance to everything. And you also don't want to become a parent who constantly scolds during this quarantine period. So make sure you and your partner are on the same page about what family rules need to stay and which ones might be more flexible. Big topics like COVID-19 might not be able to be explained in one sitting. These topics are better to be explained over multiple conversation. It isn't a one and done. You might likely need to explain the current situation with developmentally appropriate language, of course, multiple times throughout the quarantine period.
How can we stay connected with our family members, our friends that we can't be with during social distancing?
This time, this social distancing time, can make a lot of us feel lonely and miss family who we're not able to see. And there are a number of ways that we can stay connected, though. Schedule family video chats with or without kids. Maybe you vent about the day, laugh about missteps during the day, but try to have normal, supportive conversations so that you can keep in touch with each other. Also, it's important to remember to check in with friends and family who may be isolated or prone to anxiety and depression, or maybe you just miss them. Send a text, a call, or an email asking them specific questions about their day and how they're feeling. Try and stay away from general questions like, "How are you?" that promote less meaningful conversations.
So, what are some fun things that we can do together with our friends or family members while not being together physically?
With all of the stress that we're dealing with, we do need a little fun. There are a number of fun things that you can do with family from a distance. Think about parlor games. Any parlor games can be done through video chat with just a little bit of prep. Think charades, Simon Says, or even like a Pictionary categories. All are options. There are a number of internet challenges going around that I've seen: baking challenges, push-up challenges, taskmaster challenges. So you can challenge friends and family members to do fun or creative things and share them with each other. Organize treasure hunts, so distant family members can give the children clues, and then the children can search around the house or around the yard for whatever that may be. This could also be particularly fun if it's with extended family and multiple households.
So, not all of us may have access to reliable internet connections, or we may have trouble using technology. What are some ways or ideas for us to stay connected?
So not everybody has access to internet or broadband, but this shouldn't prevent us from connecting with them. First thing, school-age children can read over the phone to grandparents or family in other states or other cities. Or this can work the other way. Grandparents can read to children. We might be in quarantine for a while, so thinking long distance is also important. Maybe write letters to loved ones, to grandparents, to friends that kids are missing in school, and you can receive those letters back. This is, of course, not immediate gratification, but thinking in the long term is important as well. Though you may not have internet access, you can still watch TV or a movie together over the phone. Even those games like charades or Simon Says could also be done over the phone as well.
A lot of us may also be feeling lonely or overwhelmed right now. How can we get help or support people we know who have mental health concerns?
For those of us experiencing increased anxiety, depression, or loneliness, there are a number of hotlines available where you can get help. Also in our area, there are several mental health professionals who have moved their practice to telehealth options during this quarantine period.
So there's also the possibility that someone we know may get sick during this time. How can we help to support them?
If you know someone who gets sick during this time, there are ways to still stay connected. First and foremost, make sure you and your loved ones are following the CDC recommendations to social distance and only leave your home if necessary for essential items. This is really crucial to prevent you and your loved ones from getting sick. If you know someone who's sick, it's important that you don't get infected. So even though our instinct is to bring them food or medicine, only do so if you can maintain those social distancing guidelines. If you know someone who is hospitalized with COVID-19, you will likely not be able to see them in the hospital. But you can gather virtually with friends and family or other loved ones and provide comfort to each other and support one another through this very scary time.